Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's show. Today, Cadie and I are going to be talking about working with family. And boy, do we know about this subject very well. Right, Cadie?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I know. So who knows what's going to come out on today's show, but we're going to give you some tidbits and some nuggets and ups and downs and pros and cons and maybe a little bit of advice, and hopefully you can learn from us.
And I'm back.
You're back. Yay, I missed you.
I was buried in W-2s, but that's just part of the business. And I'm thankful that we had so many to process because that just means business is good.
Good. I'm so happy for you. And you're going to trade out from me on March 15th and April 15th, correct?
Sure.
Yep. Okay. I'm Karen. I'm a CPA, entrepreneur with big ideas, and I'm the mom.
I'm Cadie. I'm a payroll specialist, business owner, and detail-oriented person that makes things happen. And I'm the daughter. Welcome to Cheers to Business. So family business, there's really kind of multiple aspects of it.
It is. One way is you can be born into it, you can marry into it, and you can be forced into it. Now, which way do you think you were? Because you're two of the three, I think you think.
Yeah, I'm two. You know it. Not you. I think you think. No, I mean, I was definitely born into it. I mean, I started working like when I was, 12? 14, sticking labels, addressing stuff, alphabetizing. But then I think I was forced into it as well.
Yeah, maybe a little, but I don't regret it. Do you regret it?
I don't regret it. No, I don't regret it at all. And I'm thankful for where I'm at. And a lot of that is because of you.
Because of us.
But I do wonder kind of what I would be doing if that hard push hadn't happened.
Yeah, and maybe I should feel bad about that, but I don't. I really don't, because you're so good at what you do. I just don't have any regrets. Should I have done it a different way? Possibly, but I don't know that my DNA would have allowed me to do it any other way. I bought a business, brought you in. And so I think it does force people to work together, but you got to be able to leave that stuff. When you leave the office, you got to leave it at the office. I think that's the hardest thing I've seen for people that are working together as a family, whether it's husband and wife or mother,
I feel
daughter,
like it would
or
be.
whatever.
I feel like it would be more difficult as husband and wife. Well, I don't know. It's difficult as mother and daughter too, because now that I've bought you out of payroll vault, and it's almost establishing that equalness of, hey, respect me. It's kind of removing that quote unquote kid aspect of it.
Yeah, it's a process. And I think, if you think how hard the teenage years were, it's the same thing within a business process. Just like when it doesn't work out, you can be business divorced. If you're in business with somebody, whether family or not, you're married to each other. So you can have a business divorce, and I've been through one of those as well. And it's hard. So I think people really need to help keep that line of division and not take it home.
Right.
But
well, I was thinking when it's difficult, because, everybody knows, it's not secret that you and I have a much better business relationship than we have personal relationship.
True.
And so I don't think necessarily that if we have a conflict in the business, I don't think that carries over into our personal life. It's just that there is that wonkiness in our personal life already.
No, I think it can add to it. I really do. And it really depends on the situations. You want to be able to leave an office on Friday, disagreeing as equally as possible, but yet go have family Christmas on the next day or to a birthday party and it not affect the situation. That's the prime place to be.
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult. It really is. Especially, let's be honest, if you're in that family business, you're most likely kind of the leader of that business, or at least one person is.
True. Yeah.
Typically. And so there's that level of authority, I guess, in that relationship.
It is. You get in a mode, and so I think it's subconsciously. I mean, I've actually gone home, and let me apologize to your father again that, and I've gone home and said, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, I'm not your employee.
Yeah. My husband has told me that too. And it's just, and he's right. I mean,
in
the moment, it's like, what? Like, of course you're not.
We don't even realize we do it.
And that's where I am making such a conscious effort to notice not only how I speak to everyone around me, but, even my staff, asking them to do something rather than just telling them. And it's really separating myself from that boss mentality to a team leader mentality, and not just with my business partner, but with, staff, friends, family, my husband, my children. It's really kind of almost viewing myself with lower authority, but just being more respectful of others so that that respect is received back. And I think that's just a big thing to do, to really stop and look internally at those features.
And you know what? This isn't going to be the first or last time that you do that. But I've seen, even with other people, is people get into patterns. And so they're making self-conscious efforts to do everything right and talk to everybody respectfully and do everything. And then it speeds up and it gets busy and you're working. Then it goes into you just marching along mode, and you realize you got out of what you were trying to.
But that's with anything. I mean, exactly. That's with diets, with gym routines. You want to walk more.
But that's why I'm excited about going to the Senior Bowl Leadership Summit on Friday, because I think I'm really interested to hear if these people can control grown men and football teams and get them to go on to Super Bowls and do all this other stuff. It's just got to be the same foundation as working anywhere.
So I'm glad you brought up sports, because just that family business mentality, it's like when the coach's son is on the football team or the baseball team.
He has to be harder on him.
He has to be harder on him, because if not, if everyone is forced to run 2 laps,
yes,
the kid of the coach is probably going to be running 4 laps.
Yes.
Because goodness forbid he only runs 1, and then life is just so unfair.
Exactly. And, that brings up too, I pushed you. I know I pushed you harder than I would have pushed somebody else, but I knew you could do it. And who else would you trust? Who do I trust more than you besides your dad?
And that's and I'm thankful for that. Do not take this the wrong way. And again, we take what our parents teach us or what our parents do, and we go from that. It changes from generation to generation. And so my thought is my child capable of doing stuff at the office? Yes, she has. The question that I'm going to really ask myself is this what she wants to do? Mm-hmm. Could she do the job? If I give her a task list, she can do 5 out of 10 of those things. She's just a really smart kid.
She's the smartest kid ever.
But that's not what she likes doing. Or, I may ask her, hey, do you like doing this? Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. And that's just where, go figure out what you want to do, I guess.
But do you deny that you love payrolls and always have?
I mean, yeah, I enjoy payroll. It's easy. To me, it's what I'm really good at. And I love Payroll Vault, and I can't see myself doing anything else.
Right. But the show's about working with family, and I think you and I have done very well with that. We ask each other's opinions. I'm now in business with my brother.
So how's that going?
It's going surprisingly very, very well.
Now, he was already in this business for many, many years, correct?
This business is 30 years old. We bought it 2 years ago. He had been the mechanical engineer there now 20 years, so 18 years. I had been the company's CPA for then 16, now 18 years. So we knew the business in and out. And so he's mainly sales, and he's the designer, and he goes back and fixes equipment or whatever needs to be done. And I handle the books. I go there every Wednesday. And we have been, we're talking about a relationship where when he wouldn't get off the trampoline and it was my turn, I broke a broomstick over his back and he chased me with a BB gun. So that's and I ran all the way to my aunt's house with him chasing me with that gun.
Good times.
Yeah. Looking back now it is. But you're always hesitant because you don't know that business side of that person. When you only see somebody in their personal life, you don't know how they are in their business life, and vice versa.
Oh, yeah.
It's going surprisingly very well. I don't think I could be happier with it.
I'm wondering, as my CPA, if it would help if, you had, 2 hours every week dedicated to Payroll Vault. Kind of like you said you go over there on Wednesdays, mm-hmm. For financial stuff.
Oh, yeah. I have some of my bigger clients. I have standing appointments every month. They pay me to spend time at their office.
Well, you get free payroll, so can do I?
You get a few referrals as well.
Hey, it's going mutual now.
It is going mutual. But you told me not to charge you for your tax return either. You got mad when I charged you when you were charging me for payroll.
Look, this is
family business.
I am sitting here trying to be vulnerable and asking you to come spend time with me a few hours a week. What did I say? 2 hours. So, and next thing I know, you're throwing out, my bigger clients pay me. Well, I'm your freaking daughter. Can I get freaking 2 hours of freaking?
It's really surprised you drop a bomb right there.
I'm working on it.
Yes, I would love to give you 2 hours a week.
But?
No, I just made a statement.
Okay. All right.
We'll have to look at our calendars because yours is as difficult as mine.
You just let me know what you have available and we can set a standing appointment.
I'll have my people call your people.
That's perfect. All right, moving on.
I think we just gave the best definition of family business.
Yeah, I think that was exactly it. Just that kind of back and forth, but it's okay. It's during that business time, so to say, it's not personal.
Oh, and just a side note, everybody out there thinking about bartering services back and forth.
Please
do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I hate bartering.
And talk to your tax advisor.
Well, it gets gray. And then what if because
it does. Because then what if somebody messes up on that side and then you feel like,
or you want to discontinue services.
Or you've been friends forever, or your family shows up at your house on Sundays so you can do their tax
your
returns.
Service
you really
is
don't mind.
Yours is worth this, but theirs is only worth this. Or
how do you value that? Don't. Everybody just pay each other. It's so much
and be fair.
Better. Yes.
You know what bothers me? I've had back when I used to waitress in college and people would ask for a discount.
Yes.
Or I see it happening with my friends starting businesses and people will post on Facebook hey, what's the friends and family discount? And I'm like, be quiet. Respect this person's business.
I mean, if you support someone, family or friend, then you should be willing to pay for their services if you're going to support them.
Exactly.
That's just what I think. I don't mind paying for ours. I don't ask for a discount. And it's a rule at my office. You do not ask for anything from a client.
Or accept.
Don't take a discount.
No.
You pay what anybody else would pay. It's all fair. Nobody has any hard feelings. And it just works better that way. Do not trade out.
Well, that's what we have a client that it's a bar. And I went and got a drink one night at Art Walk. And they said, oh, it's on the house. And I was like, oh, no. I slapped that cash down. And I was like,
I will leave a 20 on the table in a heartbeat and walk away.
Exactly.
I will not accept. I won't take a free cup of coffee at a restaurant.
No. Nope.
And I've been offered plane rides and condo stays and all kinds of stuff, and I don't take anything.
But I still want my 2 hours for free.
1?
That's not enough time.
Okay, 2.
I would even take 90 minutes.
Okay.
But phone free. Okay. Unless it's an emergency.
All right, that goes for you as well?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I won't go to a client's office because they are not listening to me. There are all these little side things. So, no, I want you to come to my office, sit in front of me, and let's just 100% attention on each other. I do not take my phone into meetings or to clients' offices. Oh, I've taken it into yours.
Mm-hmm.
You brought yours into mine as my payroll specialist.
Don't even go there. Okay, moving on. I would love to touch on working with siblings. However, I don't have any. So, Karen.
God, quit blaming me for that. I tried.
I didn't say anything negative. That was purely
I really
fact.
did try. Got it over the other planes.
Anyways, but you know a thing about that.
I do.
A thing or two.
I do. I've done it in the past. And now, like you asked me about working with my brother, and, we kind of touched on that a little bit already. It depends on the relationship. You know what? It's more than that. I think it's not always about personality, but the talents of each one and the different talents. I think that's why me and Mark's relationship works, is because he's so good at what he does that I don't know how to do, that I leave him alone, and he doesn't know what I do, and I'm very good at that, and he leaves me alone and just lets me do that, and we ask each other. It's amazing. Oh, come on, throw it in our circle. What's
interesting.
Yes.
That's cool.
I believe that.
That's neat.
Yeah. I've never told you how to do my payroll.
We won't get into that today.
I have not.
No, I'm just talking about saying that we can do something that we can't do.
I really thought you could do that. I should have asked you.
Have them call us. Quit speaking. You are not the PR person for Payroll Vault.
Cheerleader?
You can be a cheerleader.
Okay.
But have them call us.
I did it this morning.
I love, we have to cut this. Siblings goes well. To wrap it up.
It can go well.
Is you both focus on your skills and what you're good at. It kind of and with kids too, the problem, it's going good with us. It's just better if we focus on our skills. It's when we kind of try to do the same thing that there's a problem.
Well, I think it's also showing the respect to each other. Maybe I have not done that in the past as well as I should have, of seeing, okay, you are here. Because early in the years you thought you were there, but you quite weren't. And so, Mama Bear was there. And so making sure, to me, it's no different than raising a child. in that you're seeing this baby of a business start and that person's not quite ready. They just haven't, it's just life experiences and watching them get more and more. And so when is it time? You know, and I think that time is here for us now, but it's a struggle. It's hard to let go of something, but I do have more respect for you in the position and respect for my brother for y'all's skills and talents than maybe you think I do. And I think that's the basics of a good family relationship is leaving that person alone to do what they know how to do, but having respect for that, but it has to be mutual.
I like it.
That's all I got to say about that.
So let's move on to spouses.
Wow, I've seen some relationships. I've seen some divorces too. Yeah. I mean, how do you go from arguing over a purchase in a business to, being romantically involved, next to each other in the bed at night?
Well, and then,
basically.
And there's kind of two different aspects of that. You've got businesses that husband and wife start together, or husband and husband, wife and wife, where they kind of have this business idea. Then you've got the other aspect where maybe one member of the relationship has a business or starts a business, and then the other one kind of gets sucked into it.
I think the same rule goes. I don't care if it's your husband, your wife, your sibling, your niece, your uncle, your grandpa. I don't care. It's the worst relationships that I have seen is when each one or one of them thinks they have to be a part of every little thing and they don't trust the other people to do their job. Or the other person can't do the job and they know it. That could be the case
Which is ironic because if anything, that your spouse or your family member, that should be the person that you should be able to trust the most to get the job done.
You trust that person probably more than anybody else. But
not to screw you over, basically.
Don't mug me up. Don't muck the company up.
But trust, they might not have trust in their
confidence of them. No, well, what if that
competence?
Person? Yeah. Well, what if that person really isn't competent and the other one knows it? I'm not applying to our situation. I'm talking about my experiences with people that are married and in business. And the ones that are successful leave each other alone to do their part that they know the best. And I can think of successful restaurants here in town, construction. I mean, I have numerous clients that are married to each other and working with each other. And the ones that don't work is because one's usually a nag. And no, I'm not referencing any current client. Or the other one is, you could be so different in personalities. Both of them want to be visionaries, but nobody wants to be an integrator.
So it sounds like kind of one of the keys to success if you're a married couple in a business is stay in your own lane.
Stay in your own lane.
Stay in the lane you're good at.
Yeah, you tell each other what's going on in the lane and you make decisions affecting the whole company together, but staying on your target of your talent.
I like it.
Another thing, Cadie, too, is, remembering, who helped get you here. And I'm not talking about us because you helped me. We helped each other. But I'm talking about being married, starting something, then it starts to become successful. And then all of a sudden, some third-party voices start getting in the middle of it. And then you take it home and then resentment builds. And then you're not talking to each other as a team when you started out as a team and not keeping that consistently through the years of growth of a business. Success can tear people apart. And I've seen that happen. I've seen people making a couple $100,000 a year and it all go to because all of a sudden one of them decided to take a left turn and didn't talk to their partner about whether they should go left or right or should keep going straight. And so it's that team thoughtness that you mentioned earlier that you have to do whether you're in business by yourself with a team that help you or especially with family, because you're going to have a date night at some point. You cannot live and breathe and eat this stuff 24/7. It will strangle you.
It's easy to do. It's easy to get stuck in that trap.
You know.
Well, I was just thinking, someone asked me the other day, what do you do? And you answer with your profession, assuming that that's what they mean, just because it consumes your life or it can. And it just really got me thinking, coming out of W-2 season, as far as taking that pause. Okay, well, what else do I do besides my work? Because everybody's human. We're allowed to have a life outside of work. We're allowed to have relationships outside of our just professional ones.
And I'll tell you another hard thought of that. And I think you're dead on. But another hard part is that when you're so busy and it's your busy time, and I'm going into tax season, not everybody else is as busy as you. I've always said that the reason awful things happen to me in tax season is because it's God's way of reminding me that not everybody gives a about tax season. Going into business with the people that you trust the most is not take them for granted.
Hear, hear.
That's all you got.
You said it all.
No, you say that all the time. Finish it up. Wrap it up.
It sounds like everything that you're saying as far as what you need to have with your business partner, trust, respect, listening, skills. It almost sounds like skills that you need in a marriage.
It's a business marriage. You and I were married in payroll vault. Now you're my payroll provider. I'm your CPA during the 2 hours we're going to meet every week. But outside that office, because you and I do it, we chat outside. We chat on the weekends. We always have it, and I'm cool with that. But remembering to take that time that we are mother-daughter.
Yes. So no, I'm thinking like what activities we can do together that aren't 2 hours in the office. We can go to Paint and Pals, or
I want to go to Paint and Pals.
We need a mother-daughter date night.
Let's go to the boats.
Okay. We'll talk about this later. Okay. All right. If you have mother-daughter date ideas for us that don't involve drinking wine, because I think we've done enough of that today. What did we drink today?
The one here is Riviera Liqueur di Pomenti.
Oh my gosh.
Is that right? No, but look at this main one though. Look, Vermentino.
All of our wine this season has come from Domke Market on Schillinger Road, and that's Domke, not donkey like
a vet emailed me. Where do I find this Donkey Market? Do they need a vet?
Not like an ass, but Domke.
He was just kidding though.
Brooke, the owner, she has been gracious. Can you stop?
I'm sorry, that was so funny.
It was very funny. But thank you, Domke Market, for the wine this season and the wine today. The one Karen mentioned, and then we've also got Barbara.
That's because we're going to tape another show.
Barbara d'Asti.
You said ass again.
This is my mother laughing at ass. So if you need help picking out wine or even pronouncing wine, be sure to visit Domke Market and tell them that the Cheers to Business duo sent you.
You know what we would like the audience to do? Cadie, you ready?
Ready.
All right. Wouldn't it be cool if everybody out there, whatever family story they have, good or bad, if they go to our Facebook page and put it out there.
A family business story?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to hear. Please. I have been in a family business since I can remember. Please share your stories. Like,
you're not the only one.
I just want to hear the bad ones. Bring it on.
The good ones too. You need good with bad. You have to balance.
Cheers to
grab a bottle.
Respecting your business partner and growing with them.
Cheers to continuing a successful venture. Y'all, thank you so much for listening and being here with us today. I'm Karen.
I'm Cadie. Please be sure to subscribe to Cheers to Business podcast on iTunes or anywhere else that you get your podcast. Visit our Facebook and be sure to give us a like. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to discuss, shoot us an email from the website cheerstobusiness.com.